Hi guys, this is Miss Hainey and I'm here to show you how to graph in Excel. The first thing you need to do would be enter your data into Excel. Notice I have my pre-1983 pennies data on one end and my post on the other. To start things off, I'm going to simply select the pre-1983 data. After doing so, you want to go to Insert. On whichever version of Excel you have, there should be an insert. It might look a little different, but it has the same function. What you want to look for is charts. And within charts, you want to insert a scatter plot, preferably one that does not have lines, simply the markers. A chart will automatically show up with one of your series. What we want to do first is edit that series. Do so by right-clicking on the chart and go to Select Data. First thing I'm going to do is edit my first series. I would like to rename this series Pre-1983. As it happens, the series has already correctly selected my X values to be the volume data. However, if you need to change this, you simply select this button here, which will allow you to select which column of data you would like to use for your X column. Once you have selected the correct data, hit the Enter key. You can do the same for your Y values. Mine is already set up correctly, so I'm going to press OK. At this point, we're going to add our second series by clicking on the Add button. At this point, I will name my series Post 1983 and go ahead and select the data for my X values. My chart is on top of my data, but you can still select behind, hit Enter, and do the same for your Y. At this point, we can click OK, and we are finished with this step. At this point, we have a very basic chart, and we need to insert certain labels. What we're going to do first is you want to look for chart tools. Mine comes up automatically, and within the design, I'm going to add chart element. Now, this might be chart tools layout for your version. As I click on element, things you should look to add would be a chart title. I usually choose above chart. Add a quick title. I would also like to label my axes. You want to add a vertical title, which would be mass in grams. Don't forget that unit. And then horizontal title, which is volume in milliliters. In addition, you want to make sure there's a legend. You can add. Default is right. At this point, we're going to add a trend line as well. We want to add a linear trend line. You can only add a trend line for one series at a time on my version. Simply add another. Last step is to display the equation for your trend line. First, select the trend line you would like to display the graph for, the equation. Right-click on the trend line and go to Format Trend Line. Within your options, there should be a box where you select Display Equation on Chart. Check that box and you will see the equation show up. You can move this equation to a better position if you so desire. Then select your next trend line and do the same. That is how you would format a basic chart. Go ahead and play with the options you have available to you, but this is what I am requiring. Thanks for listening.